Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to City Mazda Stadium. The ALN is on the ground. Welcome back to the Australian Lacrosse Network's coverage of the Australian Lacrosse Association Under-15 National Tournament. We trust you've enjoyed the coverage throughout the week through the tournament page, but we bring you the full production today, and today we've got an exciting slate of 4 games ahead of us. Today, covering the minor crossover games, before tomorrow we head over and cover the championship finals as well as the third place games. So today's fixture, starting with a couple of the girls' games, we've got the Ice taking on Waikato Gold shortly. And then later today, we've got an All-SA derby for those of you sitting at home stuck at work on this lovely Adelaide Friday morning. We're going to be bringing this Storm taking on the Comets. And then later this afternoon, for all of our friends over in Western Australia, we have a Western Australian derby, the fierce rivalry between the Northern Thunder and the Southern Braves. And then we're going to wrap up today's coverage with South Australia's Phantoms taking on Victoria's Northern Warriors. Going to be an exciting game today. We get underway with Waikato Gold and the Ice. Of course, always thrilling. Always thrilling to have some interstate sides on the coverage. So big shout out to everybody out there. Thank you for tuning in as we just get ourselves ready to go. We've got a long day of lacrosse ahead of us, and we're pretty excited to be bringing it to you here on the Australian Lacrosse Network. As we say, we're getting underway with Waikato Gold and the Ice today. Of course, Waikato Gold travelling over from across the ditch. Waikato, of course, being split for the last couple of years after claiming the title down at the Bayswater Lacrosse Club in 2017, now sending over 2 sides. Last year they sent over the 2 sides. This year, Waikato Gold and Waikato Black coming over. And, of course, we're always thrilled and excited to be able to bring you coverage of the New Zealand sides. We get some fantastic support from over there in New Zealand. Always great to have you joining us. And, of course, they're taking on the Ice from Victoria, the Ice finishing 3rd in Pool B, as we just have a look at the way we find ourselves here. So, of course, today we have 3rd place taking on 4th place in the crossover games. Of course, the Ice finished 3rd. Had a really good week. Started off with a loss to the stablemate of Waikato Gold, Waikato Black, in a thrilling game. The Ice had that game, but unfortunately fell short with Waikato Black running over the top of them with a massive last quarter to claim what would prove to be a decisive win on day one. They then bounced back to take on with a good win over the Comets and the Hurricanes, the 2 of the South Australian sides, before backing up against the undefeated Flames outfit from Western Australia, ultimately going down in that one by a score of 12-18. On the Waikato Gold side, coming into this game in 4th place with a 1-3 record, but that's probably a little bit deceiving. With a 1-3 record, of course, losing to the undefeated Fire by a score of 10-13 on the opening day, before then falling in sudden victory to the Storm by a score of 11-10 on day 2. They did pinch the win against the Lightning on day 3, 18-9, but again came up just a little bit short against the Stars, who ended up proceeding through to the major crossovers by a score of 9-5. So 3 losses there, but 3 losses by no more than 4 goals, a total combined losing margin of 8 goals. So the Waikato Gold, a very, very good outfit, and one certainly not to sleep on. As we look at the 2 sides, for the Waikato Gold side, Ashley Miles stands out. 15 goals this tournament, currently 3rd in the goal scoring. She's had a fantastic week. She's been able to really do the damage. She'll be running around, of course, number 25. Whereas on the Ice side, a number of really, really, really good players across there, of course, though, but they're kind of their co-captains. Number 3, Marley Dawson from the Williamstown Women's Lacrosse Club. 10 goals across the week. She's their leading goal scorer. As we're just about to get underway here, of course, give us a shout out wherever you are on Facebook land. We'll be keeping an eye out. As our officials today, lead referee is going to be Nicole Keesing. Our second umpire is Rachel Brick. Sam Westling's the 3rd umpire, and our bench umpire today is going to be Cassandra Robb. They're in the middle for the opening draw of today's game. Big shout out to everybody. Hello, Carleen Murphy over there in New Zealand. Great to see you out there as we have the first draws underway. A bit of a battle there, but the ball's going to go out of sight on the ice there. That's Dawson straight into the action. Waikato Gold look like they're going to get possession there as umpire Keesing just getting everything sorted out. Fantastic pedigree there, of course. Her husband, the great man Luke Keesing, also here as a referee on the men's side of the draw. Do a great job all week, our referees and officials. As Gold look to press the ball into their attacking quarter just to get everyone a touch, but probably a little bit of nerves here early as the sides sort of try and get going. Of course, a 10-15 start, so an early game for everybody here today. Of course, we thank you all very much for tuning in on the Australian Lacrosse Network. I'll be your commentator today. My name's Tim Kennedy. Great to be back behind the mic here as the Ice look to press the ball here. We might get our first sustained offensive set there. Looks long. Player running around free on the inside. That's Macy Stanley there, and she buries the early goal. And the Ice have jumped out there. Waikato Gold defense just looking to press a little bit there. And, of course, Stanley was left all the way on the open here. As you can see, the Ice just pushing forward. They had the opportunity there from back in their defensive third. Of course, great vision on the outside there by Dharma Bandhu. Hope I pronounced that right. As he kicks the ball across the top. Stanley with the great finish. Steps two defenders. Waikato Black getting through, but of course sticks it high. As we're back in the middle there, Dawson wins the ball back for the Ice as the Ice look to press forward to try and extend that margin. Kicks the ball back around there to Dharma Bandhu. Steps on the inside. Stepping 3-4 Waikato Gold defenders as they try and close in. Good defense there. She loses possession of the ball. The Ice are going to get it back though. She's got a call there on the far side. Looks like we've got just a pre-check on the far side there. The Ice are going to get the ball from GLA as they look to try and press forward. Umpire Keesing just taking control of the situation, just kicking everybody out. Nothing on offer here at the moment. She kicks the ball back across the top there. Talk about making something out of nothing there as Philippa Grigg gets the shot. But again, Waikato Gold there a bit under siege early in this game. But fantastic pickup there on the bottom there by Mail. She kicks the ball forward there. Can't quite corral it into the defence. Taken by Habib. Habib with the ball showing fantastic composure. She kicks the ball across to the middle line. Over to Abby Burns. Really nice stick work here from the Ice early. Looking composed as they push the ball forward. But sea of gold around the ball as there's a loose ball as they battle for it. Ice just winning the ground ball contest at the moment. Gold playing great defence, but they're probably playing too much defence at the moment. Probably a little bit of a concern there for head coach Leon Green. As Ice look to step on the inside there, Dawson looks it off, kicks the ball back to X. Stanley looking to come the corner, rips another one high. That's her second goal of the game. And the Ice have jumped out to... I know we got a call here. No, it looks like the goal's been wiped off here. Not sure what the call was for there, but the ball's going to be cleared out now, just outside of the fan. Miles got legs for days as she tries to push the ball deep into Gold's attack. Gold going to try and look to get their first sustained look here on offense as she steps on the inside, goes through a would-be defender, has a look. Nothing on offer and kicks the ball back to X. Jess Stone in the cage from the Newport Lacrosse Club. Big shout out to everybody out there from the Newport Lacrosse Club. Of course, probably has received significant tutelage from some of the many, many great goalkeeping people down there at Newport. Hello to Australian keeper Bree Hussey and, of course, Tim Dobson, no doubt heavily involved with Stone in the cage as the ball kicks forward to the middle there. We've got a free Ice player there. Philippa Grigg found herself free on the inside but couldn't quite corral the ball as the ball shoots through. Make sure you jump on and comment. Let us know who you're going for today. Early stages of this one. The Ice leading by a score of 1-0. We're halfway through the first quarter. As Gold recover the ball, look to try and push. That's Ella Murphy clearing the ball as she looks forward. Waikato Gold press. There's a push just on the far side there. Gold are going to get the ball back. That's Katie Hollins from the Waikato School for Girls. Got some options here. She's got a 2-on-1 if she can create it, and she does. She moves the ball forward there to Scarlett Halifax, who's had a fantastic week. Has a look on the inside. Halifax has been one of their go-tos as well. Let's go look to try and tie this game up. Looking to press. Fantastic defence and a great bit of stick. But Halifax recovers the ball for Waikato Gold. Looks to step on the inside. Got some avenue there, but can't hold the ball. Stone gets the ball, and she's going to look to clear for the Ice here. She's got some options ahead. Plenty of Waikato Gold backs and no fast break opportunity here. But again, they got a long pass. As Stanley very happy to sort of linger around the cage. Waikato Gold really pressing on their clear at the moment. So there are opportunities for the Ice, but they're going to want to be pretty precise with their passing because Waikato Gold forced the turnover, and they look to now try and clear as they press forward across the halfway line, battling for the ball there. The Ice have got it back again, still continuing to do really well on those contested ground balls at the moment. That's Marley Kukuchka from the Footscray Lacrosse Club, who kicks the ball back to her Bulldog teammate, Dharma Bandhu. Kicks the ball up front. Stanley on the inside, kicks the ball across the top. Dawson's found herself some room. Ring-a-ding-ding, puts that one off the pipe. Someone call the pipe police. There's the ball bouncing around now in the middle, hotly in dispute again. The Ice continuing to control the ball on the deck as they look to try and push forward. As they continue to bounce the ball around a little bit, getting everyone a touch, having a look. Nice extended set here from the Ice. They've looked really composed on offense so far. Certainly taking some clock. They've dominated the possession count at the moment as the Ice continue to just get everybody a touch and kick everybody around. Nice stick skills here. Dharma Bandhu kicks on the inside, closed down by a couple of Waikato Gold defenders. Back across the top to Grigg. Grigg with the ball, looking on the inside. Not a lot on offer at the moment. A couple of Ice players on the cut. Really, really, really solid defence there from Louise Hildrick. As Abby Burns turns on the Jets, gets herself some space, looks to create. Can't quite get the ball there on the inside with Stanley. Rips the ball on the inside. That's Dawson. Finds Kukuchka cutting through on the inside. Fantastic feed and an even better finish. And the Ice have jumped out to a 2-zip lead here, 10 minutes into this one. Really great vision here from Dawson just across the top of the field. Corrals the loose ball, looks on the inside. Kukuchka just sneaking back behind Hildrick there, getting herself a couple of metres of space. And of course, a fantastic finish as she puts that one high. The Ice are out to a 2-zip lead. Of course, Gold just need to try and get a little bit more possession time at the moment. We're 10 minutes in, and Ice have probably had the ball for about 7 of those. Seem to be really dominating on the possession count. Of course, the Ice very unlucky to have not proceeded. They probably were in pole position. They'll probably look back on their loss to Waikato Black on day one with some regret. They had that game on ice, no pun intended, throughout that game. But, of course, Waikato Black came storming back into the show to pinch what ended up proving the decisive win, which put Black into second spot and Ice into third, relegating Ice to these minor crossover games. As Gold now get the opportunity here as they press forward with Katrina Lamb. Rips one bottom left. Tremendous finish from Katrina Lamb. Great finish from Lamb as she gets Waikato Gold on the board on this one. Really great draw through the middle there. Lamb picking up the ball at speed, stepping through inside a couple of defenders, goes on the inside and rips that one bottom left. Not a hell of a lot there that Jess Stone could do about that one. And Katrina Lamb puts Gold on the board. The Ice leading this one 2-1 with 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Back into the middle here for the draw. Of course, on the far side, we'll try and keep you up to date as the game rolls on. Of course, on Game 2, the major semi-final in the boys' draw, the Western Metros and New Zealand is underway. They're 10 minutes into that game, and that game's still tied at 0-0. As Lamb looking to ball her way through, tries to take on 3 would-be Ice defenders there, and she's going to get an opportunity here from the free position shot. She's going to the centre. She's going to have an opportunity. The Ice are going to want to try and close this down quickly, but I suspect that Lamb's bullish enough that I think she's going to try and push through and go the shot here. So a lot being asked to Stoners. Steps through one defender, rips one. Powerful shot, but Stone's up to the task. And Stone gets the ball back now for the Ice. They're going to look to go into a clear. Kicks the ball across to Danielle Mitchell from Malvern. Big shout out to the red and black out there that are watching. Great little fan base out there in Malvern. Really good Twitter account. Urge you to follow them as she kicks the ball across the inside. And that's a fantastic finish from Abby Burns. Puts that one low, and the Ice have re-established their 2-goal lead. Really quick transition here from the Ice. They got themselves inside the Gold midfielders. Abby Burns again got herself some opens, clear air in front, and a really great finish low. Abby Burns from the Newport Lacrosse Club sticks her first goal of the game. The Ice's third. With 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, the Ice have kicked back out to a 2-1 lead. Of course, if you're just tuning in, welcome here to City Mazda Stadium here in Richmond in Adelaide. Overcast conditions here, not as hot as we were hoping as Gold ripped the ball out from the middle, kick the ball back across the top. It's Mile. Kicks the ball out the side there, but Stone up to the task. Looks like she wore that one there. That one looks like that one stung. Just giving us the goalkeeper jig, just shaking that one out there in the background, but looks like she's okay. Great save. There's a bit with the ball now. Is going to look to try and clear from the ice. Kicks the ball back through the middle here. Melly Dawson looks forward. They're really useful in transition here, the ice. Not afraid to kick the ball on instead of legging it out. Leads to some quick opportunities in the transition. As Dharma Bandhu then recovers the ball. The Footscray Bulldog. Back at the top, kicks it up across to Stanley. Stanley with the ball, just assessing her options. Nothing in front of her at the moment. Seems quite content to hold the ball there. Being defended by Hollands. Loose ball gets away. Looks like that's going to beat the players there in goal. They're going to get an opportunity to kick this one away with 1:45 to go. They're going to be looking to try and extend this. Nice little crowd building here. Probably doesn't show up on the coverage as we're a little bit back here in the grandstand, but a really nice grandstand here. So if you are in Adelaide, this is our favourite tournament of the year, and for good reason. From fantastic lacrosse on offer, so make sure you get down here. It's a $5 cover charge, but get down here. As the ice forced the turnover. Really great defence there. That's Caitlin Blakely taking one for the team. She puts her body on the line. Nice check there, trail check from Stanley as they battle for the ball, bobbling it. Probably a little indecisive on the corner there, and Stanley might make him pay as she looks to push forward, looking for a second goal. Drops the shoulder, kicks across the side. As that burns free on the far side, it is. No, Marley Kukuchka it is with her second goal. Really unselfish play there from Stanley. Amelia Dobson couldn't quite get the ball there. Got Stanley loose on the play. She drives through, drew both Waikato goal defenders, and Kukuchka found herself on the far side, getting as close to the goals as she possibly could do. And she scores her second goal of the game. And the Ice are in complete control of this one as they push the margin out to a score of 4-1 with 30 seconds to go as the clock looks to run. Back in the middle now for the draw. Dying moments of this quarter. Not long left in this one. Looks like the clock is on. Ball pops up in the air. Fighting for the ball. Ice have been good in these situations all day. Though Gold seem to be starting to get some ascendancy out of the draw. Just not making it stick at the other end. The Ice defence led by Stone seems to be holding. Goal with the ball at the moment. Going to have a quick opportunity here to score. Clock still, ignore the scoreboard clock. There's still some time left on the quarter as the clock is on the field here. We're in the dying stages of this first quarter. Steps on the inside, looks to rip that one low. That's a fantastic goal from Scarlett Halifax. That's a huge goal in the context of this game. That gets them back, gets Waikato back into the mix here. Very, very important goal. 4-2 looks very, very, very different to 4-1 heading into the first quarter time break. So that's a real confidence booster for Waikato Gold. Scarlett Halifax with the fantastic step on the corner. She's had a very good week as well for Waikato Gold. Certainly no stranger to getting on the board. She's their second highest goal scorer. She's had a really good job with 9 goals heading into this game. Halifax and Mile, probably the two main avenues to goal for Waikato Gold, along with Katie Hollands, another one who's also managed to get the back of the net a bit as well, and Katrina Lamb, who has already added her name to today's score sheet. As the Ice look to press with the clock on. They're not going to get an opportunity, though, as Waikato Gold look to clear the ball with Jessica Schuler. Goes to grab the ball at the same time, but of course you can't do that if you're watching at home. You can't grab the ball with your hand, but it was right on the whistle. She must have heard the whistle before we did. As we head into quarter time here at City Mazda Stadium, and it's the Ice from Victoria who are out ahead of Waikato Gold by a score of 4-2. This is, of course, the minor semi-finals, and on ground 2, as you can see in the background, we've got the Metro and New Zealand well and truly underway. New Zealand with the ball down in their end. Looks like that's a low-scoring slug out at the moment with a score of still 0-0. So we're going to take a short break here. It's quarter time here in the minor crossover game. The Ice leading by a score of 4-2. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network. Welcome back to City Mazda Stadium. Quarter time break here in the women's minor crossover games. If you're just joining us, we've got the major semi-final on the far ground. The Western Metro have drawn first blood over there on that one as they lead New Zealand by a score of 1-0. But we're, of course, here covering a fantastic game here between Gold and the Comets. The Gold and Ice. Of course, the Comets up next against the Storm as the Ice lead this one by a score of 4-2. Marley Kukuchka has 2 goals for the Ice. Abby Burns and Macy Stanley have singles, and Scarlett Halifax and Katrina Lamb have the 2 goals for Gold. As the Ice win the ball out of the middle there, it's Burns looking to press into attack, kicks the ball across the top to Dawson. Dawson just asking questions of the Waikato Gold defence at the moment as she kicks the ball back across to X. Stanley being very sneaky early in this one as she looks on the inside. Dharma Bandhu's free, got an opportunity. Can't quite get that one past. That's a fantastic save, but I think, we're just waiting to see what the call is here. Might have ourselves, no, it might be a push, some contact there, just on the shot as Dharma Bandhu is looking to take the ball out. She's going to get a free just on the corner of the fan. Big shout out to everybody over there in Facebook land. Great to have everybody out there. Make sure you let us know where you're watching from. Whether it's in Victoria, whether it's in New Zealand, whether it's in the room next door. Shout out to John O'Kiplocks. Of course, starting to sledge nice and early, always good to see. As Dharma Bandhu kicks the ball across the top to Burns. Burns looks to step on the inside. Back across the top to Philippa Grigg. Waikato defence has been under a lot of pressure early in this one as the Ice have controlled the ball. As Stanley with a glorious little spin move on the inside, creates some space and pops that one through. Beats Samantha Crowther on that shot, and a very, very, very important goal here. As you can see, steps on the inside, creates a little bit of room, great positioning, and then rips that one past. That's Stanley's second of the day, and the Ice's 5th, as the Ice have jumped back out and re-established a 5-2 lead. Of course, the ball back in the middle. Waikato Gold take the ball out of the middle. They've been good in the draws. Just the Ice defence has been holding. Great little step on the inside there. Pops that one low. That's Ashley Mile. That's her first goal of the game. Couldn't keep her down. The tournament's 3rd leading goal scorer heading into today with 15 goals. As she gets herself into some space. Great, nice little split. Gets herself some space and then rips that one down past Stone. And the Ice and the Waikato Gold outfit cuts the margin back to 5-3. Great support there. Looks like there's a few Vic fans on here. Hello to Bettina Dowling and Nicole Heaps. Of course, Hannah Maguire from across the ditch. Don't know if you're at the ground or if you're back in New Zealand. Big hello. Great to have the New Zealand audience tuning in here this morning. There seems to be a different feel to the Gold. The Gold side certainly feel like they're working their way into this game, but the Ice seem to be a lot more efficient on their offensive end. The draws I'd probably tip to the Gold at the moment. Hello, Harriet Lamb over there in sunny Waikato. Hope it's nice and warm over there for you. As the ball's now in dispute as Gold look to try and get the ball back. Really strong play. Impressive start of this game by Katrina Lamb. Just uses her body so well. Such a powerful mover. And she's won the ball here against her compatriot co-captain, Marley Dawson. Lamb with the ball. She's going to get an opportunity to go here. Steps on the inside. It was just a bit of a false start here as we just... Looks like there's a ball on the field from the Metro's New Zealand game, which of course has been reciprocated as the ball rolls back on their field. Gold with the ball now, kicks the ball across the top. Mile with the ball. Got a defender in front, looks to step. Great defence though on this particular occasion. Philippa Grigg just shutting down that particular advance. Big job for Grigg on Miles. Miles setting her up here, looks at the back roll. Gets herself some space, opportunity to shot, rips one high, but Stone up to the task. It's her 4th save of the game. Stone's been fantastic so far for the Ice. As Gold looking the possession clock slow, the momentum swing starting to come into this just a little bit. Gold starting to get a little bit more of the ball. The Ice, of course, dominated this game early. He steps on the inside there, and that's a fantastic goal by Katie Hollins. Turned the Jets on. They had really nothing on there, but just pure speed here as she's looked to step the corner with Evie Dinham in defence. Got herself a little bit of space, rips that one there, top right hand, great stick. Puts that one through, and of course the margin now cut to 1, and we have a barn burner on our hands here. Because I think we have a timeout here on the paddock being called by the Ice. As we just have a look at the table for this one. Of course, while we get that up, big shout out, of course, to Australian Lacrosse Association, our broadcast partners, for their fantastic support of the ALN and getting this out here. As we just have a look at the ladder, as you can see, the Fire and the Stars going through in Pool A. The Fire, of course, just nipping through some really good games in through Pool A throughout. With Waikato Gold, as I say, losing to the Fire by 3, Stars by 4, and the Storm in sudden victory, dropping them to 1 and 3. And I think that's better indicated by the fact that despite being 1 and 3, they've scored more goals than they've given up. So 1 and 3, probably not a fair reflection of the week that they've had. Whereas in Pool B, the Flames have been the standout in Pool B. Really only pressed by what must be said by Waikato Black. The Ice slipping into third there. As I say, this is where the Waikato Black and Ice game on day one was particularly critical to that. With the Ice leading that game and then Waikato Black coming back and winning that 1-1. And that's put them into second place to proceed through to the major crossovers. As the Ice sort of slipped to second position. And of course, then the Comets and the Hurricanes. So a really exciting week here all throughout as we're just getting back to the live action. But it's been a great week, and as I say, I really like the matchup between these two sides. I think they've had great weeks, and I think both could easily have gone into the major crossover rounds and not looked out of place. So it's a real treat to be getting this with the minor semi-finals. And of course, as we say, the major semi-finals, not on the broadcast today. We wanted to try and bring you as many different teams in the coverage as we can to give everyone a chance to see their sides in action. So today we're going to be covering the minor crossover rounds. So we'll be showing 8 sides today. Tomorrow, the major games, so the grand final and the third place games, which is looking like it's going the Western Metro's way at the moment. That their lead is out to 4-1 on ground 2. As the Ice get the ball, kicks the ball across the Dharma Bandu on the side. Great finish. Puts that one high into the top right. That's a fantastic finish as we see straight out of the draw. Marley Dawson with a really clutch win, takes on 3 Waikato Gold, draws the players, and then Dharma Bandu throws some candy early and then sticks that one high in a 1-on-1. Not a lot the Samantha Crowther could do on that one there, and that's a really great goal from Dharma Bandu. And that gets the Ice margin. Just a nice little steadier there for the Ice. Gold have been good in the middle, but nice little steadier. That gets them out a little bit. As we're back in the middle now for the draw. Ball back up in the air. This one's going to be in dispute as the sides continue to fight for it. Looks like the Ice is going to come up with the ball in contest there. Kick the ball, gets herself a little bit of space. But it looks like Grig's going to get the ball back here for the Ice as the Ice are going to look to try and press forward again. Grig with the ball. She's tickled the twine a couple of 3 times so far this week, so certainly an offensive threat in her own right. As she kicks the ball back across to Dawson. Ball lost momentarily there, but Floyd from the Caulfield Lacrosse Club gets it back. Kicks it across the top there. Burns has got some space, comes around the corner, sticks that one high, and the Ice working their way back into this one, re-establishing that big 3-goal lead. It's the biggest margin of the match. Just this last couple of minutes, Gold cutting the margin there, and a fantastic time out there by the super coach, Stephen Bone, over there for the Ice. Just quelling his troops just a little bit and calming them down, and they've come out firing here. Marley Dawson's been fantastic, winning the ball out of the middle, giving the Ice first use of the ball, and they have certainly made it count. As the ice are out, Abby Burns there with her second goal of the game. The score is 7-4 here. 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Just joining us, this is the minor crossover game involving the Ice and Waikato Gold. The winner of this game heads over to the 5th place game. Loser progresses to the 7th place game, with, of course, the other side of the draw involving the Storm and the Comets later today. Nice little bit of stick there. Not to the liking of umpire Keesing. Ball back across the top. Marley Dawson with the ball, top centre. Nothing on offer. She's going to need to step someone as she has a look. Tempted. Good defence, though, from Waikato Gold. Rips the ball around. Dama Bandu, goal scorer of this quarter, steps in the inside. Got a potential opportunity there, but Gold have closed that down. A few Gold defenders just loitering in there at the moment, not necessarily defending anyone. Stanley steps on the inside, throws a fake, rips that one high. Crowther with the save. So Marley Dawson with that, she stepped on the inside. Threw the fake, but then put it stick side high. But Crowther putting herself in a great position there to get the ball. Drops the ball. Looks to get some legs as Waikato Gold look to clear the ball. And they've got some space out in front if they turn the Jets on. That's Ella Murphy. Steps a couple of ice clear riders. Ball loose. Corral back by Schuler. Schuler kicks the ball down to the bottom corner. Halifax can't quite corral the ball. Looks to take the ball to X. Got some teammates on option as she puts the shoulder down. Looks to step on the inside. Rips that one low. Stone well and truly up to the task. Gets a great body save. And we're out again as the Ice. The Ice have got opportunity here. They've got a 4-on-3. Kicks the ball across the middle to the inside to Kukuchka. Kukuchka rips that one past Crowther. Puts that one through. Fantastic shot and a great finish. Puts that one off stick side, off hip side. Tremendous finish there from Kukuchka. And that Kukuchka brings up her hat-trick in the first half. High-scoring game here. The Ice have scored the last 3 goals. Gold are going to need to try and get this is a really critical score out of the middle. As we just have a look on the far side, you can see that the Western Metro score is 4-1. Still the Western Metros leading there in the second quarter against New Zealand. New Zealand in their first boys semi-final, major semi-final. They've had a sensational week over there, only dropping the 1 game by goal to the Southern Cross. They're taking on an undefeated Metro side who needed a massive comeback yesterday to get over the Stingrays. As the Ice look to press forward, and the Ice are absolutely on fire at the moment. Abby Burns bringing up her hat-trick. The Ice absolutely dominating out of the draw just after the Gold came storming back into it to cut the margin to a score of 5-4. But now the Ice have managed to snag 4 unanswered goals. Marley Dawson absolutely dominating out of the draw, getting the Ice first use of the possession. But that's posing an issue for Coach Green and his Gold team. They're going to need to try and find a way to quell the impact that the Ice are having in the middle there as the ball goes up. And that's right on cue. Another possession taken by Dawson. There's Katrina Lamb call for the push. Dawson's going to have a little bit of space. She's got Burns up ahead if she can find her. I think that's where she's going to go. As she looks off Burns and holds the ball here. Ice are going to press forward. Looks like they've had probably the last save for a quick opportunity for Gold. They've probably had the last 5 offensive sets. As Ice continue to kick the ball around now, getting everybody a touch. Greta Murphy from Footscray kicks the ball back across. Burns looks on the inside to a cutting Dawson. Ball just a little bit high, but they're going to get the ball back again as Emily Mansfield turns on the Jets, gets herself some space, and she's going to get a free position shot here. I suspect with the speed we've just seen, she has every opportunity to take a few steps here and rip the shot. As Samantha Crowther The gold goalkeeper just sizes her up. So big shout out to wherever you are. Let us know. As Mansfield sticks that one bottom left. And the Ice are in complete control of this game. Emily Mansfield, that's her first goal of the game. That's the Ice's 10th. That's their 5th unanswered goal. And this game is getting away from gold. It's still 2.5 minutes to go in this quarter. It's been a dominant second quarter here from the Ice. Marley Dawson dominating out of the middle after Gold had cut the margin to 1. As Gold just looking to stem the flow a little bit. They need to get themselves a good offensive set here, you'd think. This is a really important draw for them. Need to probably get 1 or 2 goals just this side of half-time if they can. And right on cue, Goldie, I'm going to look to try and press the ball forward. Ash Mail, she's going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting here. She's been their go-to player all week as she steps on the inside. So she may get herself a free position shot here. We might have ourselves the first yellow card of the game. So an opportunity here. It's Abby Burns going off on the yellow card for the Ice. So we might have an opportunity here for the goal. We've got a couple of minutes here to do some damage. There's Mail with the ball. Bit of a false start there. Loses her momentum. Great little kick. Kicks it off the side. Huge stop again from Stone. Great leg save. And Katie Hollins there, of course, the last goal scorer for Gold. Knows her way to the cage as Weil looks to step. Can't quite hold the ball here, and the Ice are going to be out. They're a player down at the moment, though. The ball is loose as the sides continue to battle for it. A lot of Gold players there. Pre-check looks like no, we've got a push, just a bump. So despite it being 4-on-1, Lainey Audie is going to come up with the ball from the Brunswick Lacrosse Club. Hello to all the Lady Mavericks and Mavericks that are out there watching over in Victoria. Kicks the ball back over to Dharma Bandhu, who's got an option in front of her if she wants, but elects to hold the ball as we approach the final minute of this quarter. Clock just coming onto the field now. So the dying moment here. The Gold defence, you would think they have to hold. Great little cut on the back door from Marnie Dyson. Back over to Dharma Bandhu. The clock's starting to go against the Ice here as they look to try and extend that margin out to 7 just before half-time. Marnie Dyson with the ball back across to Dharma Bandhu. Looks to step the corner. And that's half-time here in the minor crossover game between the Ice and Waikato Gold, as the Ice fend off an aggressive and dominant start to the quarter by Gold. The Gold temporarily cutting the margin to 1 before the Ice bang home 5 unanswered goals to finish the quarter there. Goal scorers as we head into half-time. Abby Burns with 3, Marley Kukuchka with 3. Macy Stanley has 2 goals, and Dharma Bandhu and Mansfield with 1 apiece for the Ice. And for Waikato Gold, Halifax, Mile, Hollins and Lamb are the 4 goal scorers. It's half-time here. Just before we throw to half-time on ground 2, it's the Western Metro who are leading the major semi-final in the boys' side of the draw, leading by a score of 5-2 over to New Zealand. We'll keep you abreast with that game. That's halfway through the second quarter. But we're going to take a break here. It's half-time in the minor crossover game. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network. You ready? All right, welcome back here to City Mazda Stadium. Apologies for the technical difficulties there. As you can see, though, this game's getting tighter and tighter as Waikato Gold seem to storm their way back in. From what you missed, Waikato Gold got an initial goal to get the margin back to 5. There was a momentary getting out with Marley Kukuchka for the Ice, re-establishing a 6-goal lead, but then the Waikato scored the last 2 goals of this game with Katie Hollands and Ashley Mile both tickling the twine as we're down to 11-7 as the margin here, about halfway through the third quarter, as clock's going on here in the third quarter. So we'll just break this one up as we got a loose ball there that's been put back in the back of the net. Gold have scored the last 3 goals of this game. Gee, you'd almost feel bad stick checking that one, wouldn't you, after that goal, given the way that it went in. I think that's Lucy Kibbe, I think. Just trying to get a number up here back from our commentary position. Yeah, Lucy Kibbe it is with her first goal of the game as the margin is back to 11-8 with the clock currently on the field. Not long left in this one. Stay tuned. I'm going to be joined in expert commentary by Lily Davey, our ALN intern, our first one. She's going to join us in the last quarter. As is, just the clock is on here in the third quarter. Just a score update from the far ground. The Western Metro are out by a score of 7-6 over New Zealand. As the ball goes up in the air, they're Gold with the ball. They've got an opportunity here to pressures. Mile puts the Jets on, looks to steps a couple of defenders, rips the shot, and Gold with another goal. Ashley Mile with her third goal of the game. She has cut the margin to 2 right on 3-quarter time. And it looks like that is 3-quarter time here at the City Mazda Stadium as the Ice head into 3-quarter time, leading by a score of 11-9. We're going to take a quick break here from City Mazda Stadium, and we're back here with the last quarter. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network. Welcome back to City Mazda Stadium. Apologies for the delay, the technical difficulties there throughout the third quarter, but we're back to get the last quarter up, and it was a hell of a third quarter. Waikato Gold initially cut the margin to 10-5 with Scarlett Halifax getting on the board. The Ice temporarily responded with Marley Kukuchka making it back out to 11-5, but an absolute blitzkrieg from Waikato Gold to finish that quarter with Lucy Kibbe, Ashley Mile with a couple of goals, and Katie Hollands getting on the board. 2 in the last minute, cutting the margin back to 11-9. As I'm joined here in the last quarter by Lily Davey from the Burnside Lacrosse Club, who's joining us here today as one of our interns. Welcome, Lily.
Hi.
How are you finding it so far?
It's good, interesting.
And have you enjoyed this game?
Yeah, it's been a really good game.
What's your tip for the last quarter? Who do you think is going to get back into this one?
Well, I think Waikato Gold have a really good chance at fighting back. They're only 2 points down and they've been fighting really well, but Ice is really strong, the way that they've been fighting back.
Well, they have been, haven't they? And Abby Burns right there with their 12th goal of the girl quarter. That's exactly what Coach Bone would have wanted from them heading into that last quarter. I mean, 4 goals in a row from Waikato. Certainly would have had the ice on the back foot, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's Abby Burns. She's got 4 goals here. As we're back in the middle now, it's back out to a 12-9. That's a really, really clutch goal. Just as an update, it was 6-all at halftime with the Metro in New Zealand. That's now back out to a Western Metro lead of 8-6 early in the third quarter over on ground 2. As the ball's been pulled out of the middle here from Dawson. She was absolutely clutch in that second quarter and establishing that lead as she kicks the ball over to Dharma Bandu. And Marley Dawson's been pretty good in the middle, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She's certainly been able to sort of get that reach and get the ball out and control possession a little bit. If you're playing through the middle of the ground and someone's dominating in the draw like that, any ideas how you'd stop her?
The players on the circle usually get told to be more aggressive and act as though they want the ball more than the other team.
Yeah, they certainly have. They certainly were a little more aggressive around the middle in the third quarter, weren't they?
Yeah.
There was particularly Waikato. Waikato tried to blunt that a little bit as we've just had a goal called back. The Ice looking to press. That's a massive call in the context of this game. They could have pushed the margin back out to 4, but the Ice are getting an opportunity again as the shot's going to be made. And Crowther correctly picks the ball, but Macy Stanley with her first goal of this second half. She scores a really important goal to push the margin back out to 4, and that's a pretty good finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
Kicks the ball off the deck there and rips that one up. I mean, how often do coaches yell at you and tell you when you shoot the ball you got to try and put it off the deck?
A fair bit.
Yeah. So that's always good to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
As we're back in the middle there, and again, thank you very much for putting up with us and joining us on Facebook. Great to have you all joining us here from City Mazda Stadium. We're here in the last quarter of the Ice and Waikato Gold. We thank you very much for tuning in. And of course, if you are watching, just say g'day, let us know where you're from. As the ball now kicks around the outside. Waikato Gold going to get an opportunity here to cut the margin back to 4. As it was in the first half. As Waikato Gold now looking to try and get this one back. Steps on the inside again. That's another strong step, but Stone, that's her 9th save of this game. Stone's been pretty good for him, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's been doing a really good job today.
She's been very good on those kick saves as Dawson looks to jump the passing lane and does get the ball. Great turnover there from the Ice.
I've saved a few on my foot. It's the rarest thing ever.
Katrina Lamb going to be called there for the check. Dawson with the ball now on the far side. She kicks the ball forward. Got Kukuchka. Great defense by Amelia Dobson as she jumps the passing lane, gets the possession back. She's still got it as she presses the ball forward into attack. Scarlett Halifax with the ball, looking to try and cut this margin, get this margin back to 3. About 8 minutes to go in the game, so Waikato are going to have to start peppering the goals here. They show that they're capable of doing that as Holland steps the corner, and that's the first one back. She scores her 3rd goal of the game, and that's Waikato's 10th. And that margin is now back to a score of 13-10. Still a hope here for Gold, isn't there, Lily?
Yeah, I reckon if they keep pushing hard, they could probably fight back. As you can see, they keep keeping Ice on their toes.
Well, the draws are going to be absolutely critical, aren't they? Dawson's been so good in the middle, but Gold, when they've gotten on these runs, they've controlled the ball through the middle of the field. But defensively, they were pretty aggressive as well. Amelia Dobson there, jumping the passing lane and creating that offensive opportunity was certainly really, really good. But with 7 minutes to go and the margin's sitting at 3, they're going to need to try and continue to press if they can, as the ball now is in dispute in the middle of the field. Dawson again looking to come up big, being pressured in defence by Meg Coley from Hillcrest High. Just kicks the ball back around to Damabandu. On the bottom line, being defended by two Waikato Gold defenders as they realise the urgency of the situation. Dawson with the ball, kicks the ball back at X. But that's come off with a nice stick, so that ball's going to go Gold. Gold going to have a big chance here now. They've got Lamb with a little bit of space further up the field. Probably showing more of an inclination to run the ball out rather than pass the ball out throughout this game as Ella Murphy tries to turn the Jets on. She's gotten herself past two would-be ice defenders as the Gold now look to try and press to cut this margin back. As they're on ground two, the Western Metro, meanwhile, have pushed that lead back out to 3 on the far ground with a timeout on the field. Mail with the ball. She's scored a hat-trick so far in this game. She's been very, very impressive, taking her tally to 18 goals this week. Looks to step to corner, but excellent defence from the ice. 2 defenders on her, no way through. That's fantastic work from Evie Dinham. Pops the ball around the top now. Ball's with Ella Murphy. Back around to Halifax. Halifax is definitely a big, big avenue to goals here for this Gold side, with the clock now ticking down to 6 minutes. The call here just on the far side. Might be a 3-second call, I think it might be. Yeah, I think it's a 3-second call. And she just goes back to X now. Not a lot on offer. As Mail steps on the inside, swims. Great save from Stone. Pops it high. Stone leaves the stick right where she needed to go as Mail tries to put her off. That's a huge save. That's potentially a match winner, as that would have cut the margin to do. Fantastic goalkeeping from Stone. Unfortunately, Ice can't quite get the ball back. And turnovers are a real killer, aren't they, Lily?
Yeah, they're really important.
As the ball's just coming on the inside. Of course, Lily here doing an internship with us today. So enjoying it, learning a little bit, we trust?
Yeah, learning lots. Had no idea what goes into the behind the scenes of the live streams.
Well, it's something we're going to try and do for future tournaments. So if you are at home, we are going to be obviously on the road again next year. If you're keen to get involved with an internship, hit us up and keep an eye open. Flick us a message. The more people we can get up to speed with how to do this sort of stuff, the more lacrosse we can get on the internet, the better for everybody. As Waikato Gold now with the ball. Now got an opportunity here to cut the margin as Halifax steps on the inside. The defence closes in, but I think she's going to get an opportunity here for a free position shot. This is huge in the context of this game now as the clock ticks over to 5 minutes left. Gold trailing by 3. Halifax with an opportunity now to cut that to 2. She's going to get the shot off on time. It's all lined up as she looks like she rips. Puts that one wide. Gold with the backup. They're going to get the ball back. A little bit touch and go. That would be a cardinal sin if they turn the ball over in that situation. There's Gold now with the ball, looking to try and bring it in now. Not a lot in front at the moment. Ice seem to have everything shut down. Kicks the ball around the top. Gold feverish in attack at the moment. Everybody searching, looking to try and find an avenue through to the cage. Mail looks to step the corner. Back rolls. Got to get the shot off here and rips that one. That's another save from Stone. That's massive. That's a couple of big saves by her to take her tally to 10 for the game. She's been an absolute wall for the ice. If they can hold on, she's going to be a very, very big reason why. As Gold thought they went offside there for a second, but they managed to get themselves back. Stanley hits the deck there, trips over her own feet. Opportunity for Gold Crothers with the ball, looking to get out. Loses possession, great defence. Open net, kicks the ball across the middle, but there's a foul. Big opportunity there for the Ice as they look to try and take time off the clock. With 3 minutes to go, Lily, do you think we're at a stage where the Ice should continue to attack, or should they hold the ball out?
I think they should hold the ball out because Gold have a really good chance. Even though it's only 3 minutes, I've seen it happen before, 3 goals in 3 minutes, but if they keep their defence out they'll be able to hold it out.
It's a fascinating little conundrum here, though, isn't it? Because there's an empty goal. And Kukucha elects to go the goal. That's her 5th goal of the game, and that could almost be a backbreaker for Waikato as the margin pushes back out to a score of 14-10. with 2.5 minutes to go in this game. Make sure you stay tuned. We've still got 3 games up on the slate today, with the Storm and the Comets up next. Going to be joined in special commentary, we hope, by a special guest throughout the match. So stay tuned for that one. That's going to be a fantastic rivalry game. Of course, a rematch of the 2018 Grand Final. 2 South Australian sides. As an update on the far ground, the Western Metro are holding on that one. They still lead by a score of 9-6. There, it looks like it's 3/4 time over on ground 2. As the Ice continue to press, and they're not holding back. They're going for the jugular. That's the 14th goal of the game now for the 15th goal of the game, sorry, for the Ice. And what do you think, Lily? I think it might be a little bit too much for Waikato to get back into this game now.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit much, but they're doing really well otherwise.
Yeah, they've had their spurts in this game where they've tried to get back into it, and they looked really good there in the third quarter, particularly late in that last minute. But Dawson's just done a mountain of work in the middle of the ground for the Ice. I'd almost go so far as to say that she's probably been the Ice's best player for the game. Hasn't scored any goals, but has dominated through the middle of the field. Would you agree with that, Lily?
Yeah, as well as Stone, she's been a really good goalkeeper and defending goals. I think that's one of the main reasons why they're doing so well, is because she keeps the balls out of the goal. Yeah,
the 10 saves so far in this game. A couple of really huge saves late in the piece on that one. As the ball moves back into the field, I feel like the ball's been down in the Ice's half now for probably the better part of the last 4 minutes. As the ball kicks around now with the Ice. As this game starts to wind down now, 1.5 minutes left. We can see the clock standing up at the moment. We're still in yellow time. But that's probably just reward for effort there. Marley Dawson getting on the board. She was the leading goal scorer for the Ice heading in. Only had the 1 goal today for them, but her influence has probably almost made her the best on ground, I would have thought, for the Ice. As the Ice now extend their margin to 16-10, and they've certainly gotten away, and I think they've locked their place in the 5th place game. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
So tomorrow now, for the minor placings, this result now for the Ice will put them into the 5th place playoff. They will play the winner of the next game between the Storm and the Comets. For Waikato Gold, they will slip back now to the 7th place playoff, where they will play the loser of the Storm and the Comets. Of course, there's the 9th place game as well. That's going to be a rematch of this morning's thriller between the Lightning and the Hurricanes. Fantastic game from both sides as the Lightning were able to get out and beat the younger Hurricanes side by 3. Great team effort by the Hurricanes all throughout. They were leading early in that game. But they'll battle it out for 9th and 10th. And, of course, we've got the major semi-finals on later today. Flames and the Stars, the All-WA Derby. And we also have the Flames taking on Waikato Black later in the day. So that'll be your major crossover games. Of course, we won't be showing those games. Those teams will be in action on the stream tomorrow in the 3rd place game or the grand final, depending on their outcome. As this game now looks to slowly start to tick over, almost into the clock on time now as we approach the final minute of this game. Really good defence from Waikato as they turn the ball over and they look to get out on the thing, but the Ice have just dominated possession this last quarter, haven't they, Lily?
Yeah, they've done really well with attack and defence in both sides of the field.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with the Ice defence for the better part of this game. As the clock just steps onto the field now, Lamb tries to burrow her way in. No foul there. Probably fair to let that one go as Lamb's down on the ground. She's just getting herself up. She's tried to force her way through, but the Ice defence has absolutely held firm there. Probably a really good no call. As the Ice are going to get the ball back now with the opportunity to clear as the clock starts to wind down on this one. With the Ice leading by a score of 16-10. So yeah, just ignore the score at the bottom of the ground there. 16. We've got a score margin of 16-10 as we approach the last 40 seconds of this game. The ball deep now in the Ice's attacking half as the ball kicks around the bottom corner. And that's the game. This one's in the books. The minor crossover game is all done and dusted. with the Ice prevailing by a score of 16-10. Congratulations to the Ice, who proceed now to the 5th place game. Goal scorers for the Ice: Marley Kukuchka with 5, Abby Burns with 4, Macy Stanley with 4, and singles to Marley Dawson, Miri Dharmabandhu, and Amelie Mansfield. Whereas on the other side of the coin, Ashley Mile and Katie Hollins each had hat-tricks to go along with goals too. Lucy Kibbe, Scarlett Halifax had a couple, and Katrina Lamb also had a goal for Waikato Gold. Best players for today's game, Lily? Who do you think was best players today?
I'd say Jess Stone from Ice. As I said earlier, she was really good in goals, keeping the balls out, and contributed a lot to the game, and was, I'd say, one of the main reasons why they did so well this game.
And, look, for Waikato Gold, I think Ashley Mail did a mountain of work. Scarlett Halifax certainly was a threat. Katie Hollins nipped around the ball quite a fair bit. She was absolutely fantastic as well for Waikato Gold, but they probably were ruining the starters. We just have a look at the replays, some of the action, as we look at just some of the earlier goals that were scored in this game. And see, as I say, the Ice got out very, very early on in this one. They were up and they were buzzing, jumping out. Great little back roll and finish from Macy Stanley. She had a standout game as well. From the Williamstown Lacrosse Club, she bagged 4 goals. As I say, Ash Mayo turned the Jets on, really composed with her stick work. She's somebody to watch for the future of New Zealand lacrosse. She's certainly someone you'll see donning the black and white at some point in the near future. And Gold certainly were up about. This is Hollins, as I was talking about earlier, turning on the Jets, creating space, ripping the ball high. She had a fantastic goal there for Waikato Gold. But Marley Dawson in the middle there, she was just sensational, as you can see here, right on cue. Great grab out of the middle, steps a couple of defenders. Look, unselfish with sticking the goal, just as they're doing the MVPs at the moment. And we weren't too far off, were we, with the MVPs? I think Marley Dawson snagged MVP, only got the 1 goal, but dominated through the middle of the ground for the Ice. Meanwhile, for Waikato, the MVP was Katie Hollins. She had a fantastic game, as we can see. They just complete the MVP presentations here. But the Ice were fantastic. Kukuchka with a powerful finish there for the Ice, who really dominated the second quarter. Dawson was just superb through the middle, really making sure that the Ice had the bulk of the ball early. And Abby Burns also had a great game herself with 4 goals. As we just wrap up here from the 5th to 8th placings game involving the Ice and Waikato. Apologies for the technical glitches we had on the third quarter, but we got it back ultimately. And as we can see here, the broadcast schedule for the rest of the day. Stick around. We'll be back soon with the Storm and the Comets. That'll be on in half an hour. And then this afternoon, we have the Braves and the Thunder, and then the Phantoms and the Warriors. So before we go, we also want to give a big shout-out to our sponsors. Of course, with our tournament our broadcast partner. Big thank you to the Australian Lacrosse Association for getting behind the Australian Lacrosse Network and for assisting us to be able to put on the broadcast, not only today and tomorrow, but also with the little ALN light setup that we had earlier in the week. We'd also like to say a huge thank you to our tournament partner, the City of West Torrens, for assisting with the putting on of this beautiful facility out here at City Mazda Stadium. So a big thank you to the City of West Torrens. And then finally as well, our tournament sponsor, Living Choice, as well. Great sponsors of lacrosse in South Australia and lacrosse all around the country. So a big thank you to the guys over at Living Choice for their continued support. So Lily, thank you very much. We've got plenty of work to do for the rest of the day, but thank you and trust you've enjoyed your time in the commentary.
Yep, thank you for having me.
And thank you all very much for tuning in. We'll be back in half an hour with the Storm and the Comets. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network.